Madden holiday is here and we will play all night. Calling sick and sound sincere, in tackles will delight. The fridge is packed with drink and meat, the taste of victory sure is sweet.
Well, on the plus side, I managed to go 5-1 last week, the only game I missed on being the New Mexico State UTEP affair. On the downside, the least convenient thing concerning next week's college football conference championship games keeps happening. Teams that could have just locked up spots and made this a whole lot easier just completely floundered and fell apart. Georgia Tech got blown out by Pitt. Central Michigan lost, so they're out. Western Michigan is still in the MAC championship. Kennesaw State is now back in the Conference USA Championship after being out. I believe Western Kentucky lost, and maybe even Jacksonville State, with those two playing each other to see who's going to be in the championship game this week. At one point, I thought the Sun Belt Championship was all locked up, James Madison and Southern Miss, but now Southern Miss and Troy have the same record, so who even knows at this point? Now, for the Power 4 conferences, the SEC Championship is mostly sewn up. It's Texas A&M and UGA, Georgia. There could technically be a change if Texas A&M loses to Texas, but we'll get into that a little bit later. Big Ten is also pretty much sewn up again. It's pretty much a given that Ohio State and Indiana will be facing each other. Like I said, there's an outside chance I think Oregon could work its way in, but again, not even Indiana, I believe if Ohio State loses, that would be the only way for Oregon to get in. The Big 12, that's pretty well set. It's going to be Texas Tech and BYU. There's not really anything separating anyone else. They've separated themselves from the rest of the pack. And then we get to the ACC, which is a little more confusing. Virginia is in with a win. Pitt is in with a win. I believe SMU and Miami still need help. Virginia is playing Virginia Tech. I can't remember who SMU is playing. Basically, I think Miami needs SMU and Virginia to lose. Who even knows? Again, this is where I get so confusing. Anyway, the Mountain West, right now, it looks like it's going to be San Diego State and Boise State. New Mexico may still have a shot at it. I'm not entirely sure there. And then we get to the MAC, which right now is Western Michigan and Ohio, though Toledo still has a chance of getting over the Bobcats, I think. And then the American, we have Tulane and North Texas, with Navy needing some help. So yeah, again, you can see where that starts to really get kind of confusing. Anyway, last week was kind of slow, given that's the week before rivalry week. So yeah, that's kind of why we wound up covering games like Michigan and Maryland and UNC and Duke. Just kind of, there really wasn't too much in the way of big-time matchups to cover. And I've kind of already covered the ACC, Tech lost to Pitt, so that keeps the Panthers still in the ACC race and pretty much eliminates the Yellow Jackets. Moving on to the NFL, I did hit on all three of those picks, though I really wish I didn't. Those stinking Colts. I mean, blowing a multi-possession lead, it's the same problem. They're throwing the ball when they should be running it. Eat the clock. Take the ball away. It's that Shanahan-McVay tree curse. It's just those guys, they always think they have to be the smartest guys in the room and have to zag when they need to zig. And just zig. Come on. Run the ball. I guess in the grander scheme of things, we had the Eagles-Cowboys game, which was really entertaining. That's the rare time where you maybe start pulling for the Cowboys a little bit when they're making that kind of comeback. Dak Prescott is a quarterback I still think gets way too much crap from the media. Again, it's just he's not that bad. He's pretty good. I mean, I don't know if he's necessarily a Super Bowl quarterback, but he's still pretty good. And also, because of injuries, even though they lost this past week, the Carolina Panthers are kind of now the favorites to win the NFC South. Right now, we don't know if Baker Mayfield's going to be out of Tampa Bay, but if he is, it looks like it's probably a season-ending injury. Also, Raiders fired their offensive coordinator in Chip Kelly. That is all. And I'll spray you the death mate this week. I know the Vikings lost. Anyway, the games we're covering this week are Georgia versus Georgia Tech, Indiana versus Purdue, LSU versus Oklahoma, and Ohio State versus Michigan. Then on the NFL side, we have Green Bay versus Detroit, Kansas City versus Dallas, Cincinnati versus Baltimore, and Chicago versus Philadelphia. So yeah, basically the three Thanksgiving games and then the Black Friday game. Okay, we'll come back after the break and we'll start covering these things.
G.I. Joe double duty. We're storming the missile base. Here's the plan.
Joe, fighting men from head to toe. Go Joe!
Tiger Hub, you fly the target. Switch to rocket launcher.
Change G.I. Joe double duty from jetpack mode to rocket launcher mode.
A real American hero. G.I. Joe, Joe.
Fire! The rest of the mission is up to you guys. Let's do it.
Go Joe!
Double the gear, double the excitement. G.I. Joe double duty. Each sold separately.
Go Joe!
New to video and DVD.
Jingle those bells, boys!
Because there's a party at Mickey's, and everyone's invited. To Disney's holiday treat on video, Mickey's Magical Christmas.
Now this Christmas party is really starting to warm up.
You can join Mickey and all of your favorite Disney characters as they come together for the first time in a movie. Mickey's Magical Christmas snowed in at the House of Mouse. Available on video and Disney DVD this Tuesday.
Here's wishing everybody a Merry Christmas.
We're starting things off with clean, old-fashioned hate between Georgia and Georgia Tech. And yeah, I know the game is being played in Mercedes-Benz Stadium, but college football 26 didn't have that option. Anyway, the Bulldogs are basically in the SEC championship game right now. They won over Texas. They beat Bama. Alabama lost to Oklahoma, so that's what put them in. So really the only team that can be eliminated from there is Texas A&M. I think the Bulldogs have a strong offense, but I think it improves as the game goes throughout, and that's why they're definitely the big-time favorites here. The 1-2 running back punch of Bo Walker and Josh McCray, they're the key to this. Again, the way they kind of just, they'll be close at half, and then suddenly they'll just explode in the second half and pull away. I think that's the big thing here. Not that the Yellow Jackets are necessarily a slouch. They're a good grinding team that likes to put together long drives. So that could lead to the Bulldogs' defense getting overworked, but maybe not. I mean, the Yellow Jackets just kind of blew their shot at the college football playoff and the ACC championship game. Their defense really isn't playing well. They're giving up big numbers to teams like NC State and Pitt. The game's going to be hard fought, but I think ultimately Georgia's just going to be too much. They're going to pull away in the second half and win this one. So yeah, I like the Bulldogs here.
On the island of Matanui, an ancient warning of great beasts. Beware, the Rai have come for your masks. The Toa must face the terrifying jaws of Kani Ra, the striking blows of Tarakava, and the mighty claws of the Manas. Can you find the power? Bionicle. Batteries not included. Each set sold separately.
America, the tick is coming.
I'd love to see the tiny fella who left this behind.
The Tick, 8:30, 7:30 Central, Fox, Thursday.
Next Saturday,
What happened to the 21st century?
we'll remember
Did Wes save the city?
the future.
What happened to Wes?
The next step in the final journey through time. Power Rangers Time Force, the 3-part season finale, continues all new next Saturday, 8:30 Eastern, 7:30 Central and Pacific on Fox Kids. The dream,
Today's rule battle has been declared a submission match.
the desire,
The rules are simple.
their destiny.
The first Madabot to stop the other from functioning wins. Madabots, rule battle.
It's the saga of the century, and it's been sealed with steel.
The winner is Iggy.
More Metabots, more power. Catch an all-new episode of Metabots next Saturday morning at 9:30 Eastern, 8:30 Central and Pacific, only on Fox Kids.
Our next matchup is the battle for the old Oaken Bucket between Indiana and Purdue, and I think it's safe to say that the Hoosiers have proven that last year was definitely not a fluke. The offense is putting up some gonzo numbers, and they obviously have the runaway Heisman Trophy favorite and Cal transfer quarterback Fernando Mendoza.
Mendoza!
Now, this is a very fiercely fought rivalry and could be maybe a trap game. Given what happened to the Hoosiers a couple weeks ago, where they blew a big lead against Penn State and had to really fight back to win the game, I hope they learned their lesson, and it's left a lot of questions with their defense. So again, I hope they can pull things through. That being said, Purdue is dead last in the Big Ten. They're winless in the conference with only 2 wins overall in the season. The first year under Dave Odom did not result in the rebirth that he had with UNLV. Their lone real bright spot is running back Devin Mockabee. So yeah, like I said, this is a very fierce rivalry, but that does not always translate to close games. I'm guessing the Hoosiers are going to win this one in a blowout. So sorry, Purdue fans, but I like Indiana here.
Optimus Prime, my Predicons will crush you into scrap metal.
Skyfight! Attack!
Take on the Autobots and you'll be the one crushed, Megatron.
Sideburn! X-Ron! Go!
Transformers, more than meets the eye. Transformers, robots in disguise.
Transformers. Each sold separately. Actual transformation time will vary.
Think you're a Rumble Robots master? Think again! You gotta get the cards to get the power! Armor on, power up! Master your enemies with Rumble Armor! And master the battlefield with Rumble Traps! Rumble Robots, Rumble Armor, and Rumble Traps are sold separately. Batteries not included.
Dragonfly, drive it high. Drive it low. Drive it wild. Dragonfly. Batteries not included. Battery pack sold separately from Toymax.
Creepy crawlers. They're squirmy and wormy and purple and green. The grossest little creatures that you've ever seen. Creepy crawlers. Creepy crawlers.
Creepy crawlers. Other plastic goop compounds and molds sold separately from Toymax.
Our next game is LSU taking on Oklahoma, and the Sooners have managed to play their way back into the college football playoff after their big win in Alabama a couple weeks ago. Now, they do also have a shot at the SEC championship game, but they're going to need some help. Basically, I need Texas A&M and I think Ole Miss to lose. Texas A&M could lose. They're playing Texas, so that's always a hated rivalry. It's going to be close. But and again, obviously, the Egg Bowl between Mississippi and Mississippi State could play out. So there's a chance the Sooners could make it, but again, not entirely sure. I think John Mateer is finally fully back at quarterback. The defense is playing well. So, again, the offense maybe isn't the best. They don't put up a lot of big numbers, but the defense can carry them more often than not. As for LSU, well, it seems all but certain that they're preparing for Lane Kiffin to come in from Ole Miss to take over the program. When exactly that's going to happen, I'm not entirely sure. For now, they made a change of quarterback. Nussmeier's out. Michael Van Buren Jr. is in. The offense has not taken a huge improvement. They barely just beat Western Kentucky a week ago. So, yeah, that's not exactly great. LSU is playing for pride, but Oklahoma really does still have something to play for. I think this could still be a close game. LSU's not a terrible team by the huge stretch of the imagination, but ultimately the Sooners are going to pull away from this one in the second half. They're going to win this. So, yeah, I like Oklahoma here.
Monsters in training.
Fight that box. Scary monsters don't have black.
Warning.
Go!
Kid on the loose.
Kitty!
I have a plan.
I lied.
From the creators of Toy Story. Monsters Incorporated.
I have to do something.
Rated G. Now playing. Oh.
Put a smile on, put a smile on. Everybody come on, put a smile on. Put a smile on, put a smile on. Everybody come on. Put a smile on.
They're in your closet. They're under your bed. There's even one in your Happy Meal. And you can scare up your monster from Disney and Pixar's Monsters, Inc. only at McDonald's.
Did you eat my fries?
Destination, Rangers! Toys R Us is your Power Rangers Time Force headquarters.
Right.
Your exclusive destination for the Mega Action Pack.
Power Rangers rule!
The Combo Pack with 2 Megazords and a Space Alien.
Cool.
The Ultimate Fighter Pack, complete with Chrono Sabers.
Awesome!
Plus, Toys R Us is the exclusive retail store for the Power Rangers Time Force Fan Club kit.
Wow!
Destination Toys R Us, your Power Rangers Time Force headquarters.
Yeah!
Toys and batteries sold separately.
Our next matchup is the big game between Ohio State and Michigan. The Buckeyes are looking to get off the schneid after 4 consecutive losses to the Wolverines. There's not really too much to say other than that. I mean, I've talked about Ohio State plenty of times this season. There's not much that's really changed. No one's really injured. I guess Carnell Tate has been banged up. But other than that, again, they're running the ball well. They're throwing the ball well. Everything's doing really well there. As for Michigan, I talked about them last week. Again, not really anything has changed there. So, yeah, don't really have too much to say. Again, even if Michigan were to win, I don't think they would make it into the Big Ten championship game. They would probably at least get into the college football playoff, but I believe Oregon would actually go to the championship game over them. So, again, I'm not really sure that's really at stake at this point. Again, this is a hard-fought rivalry. It's going to be tough and close, but ultimately I think Ohio State is going to pull away in the second half and win this one. So, yeah, not really much to say here. I like the Buckeyes.
I was playing with Lunchables when I realized I could be playing with Tiger toys like BattleBots, Hit Clips, or I could pick any of these toys free. I can collect 1 ticket from each specially marked Lunchable, send in with shipping and handling, and it's mine. Lunchables, now even more fun.
My favorite part of Monsters Inc. is all the different monsters. 2319!
You can't play your favorite monster scene without your favorite Monsters Inc. toy. Monsters Inc. Top Scare Assistant Set and Top Scare figures, each sold separately.
Join the Fox Kids team by going to foxkids.com. You can find out the ways to be a hero and become a star on our map of heroes. It's a community of kids just like you, sharing what they're doing to help. It's time to join the Fox Kids team. Go to foxkids.com now. It's always on.
The pain! And of course, the agony. What could possibly be causing this madness?
We're not on today.
I'm so ashamed!
Easy, big fella. We'll be back next week at our regular time when we'll rip evil of Big One and let the world know.
It's ripping time! All right, and all new Ripping Friends next Saturday at 10 Eastern, 9 Central Pacific on Fox Kids.
Moving on to the NFL, we naturally start off the Thanksgiving Day slate of games with Green Bay taking on Detroit. The Packers played really well last week despite not having Josh Jacobs. Their defense really stepped up. Parsons has made some big sacks. They're finally making some turnovers. If you recall, I said that last week that the defense needed to make more turnovers, which they did. So, again, things are looking up. If there is a major drawback is that apparently now Jordan Love has a shoulder injury and they're getting really banged up at kind of the wrong time. Are those injuries really going to catch up? Again, I kind of point to what happened to Detroit last year and ultimately what cost them. Now, speaking of the Lions, they needed a really big comeback in overtime to beat the Giants. Jahmyr Gibbs had a really big game, but Jared Goff has been struggling. The defense has been playing well, but they struggled against the Giants, who put up some big numbers against them. Could they wind up doing the same against the Packers here? I mean, they've lost games to Philadelphia and Kansas City and even the Vikings, so I don't know if I fully trust the Lions' defense right now. And that's kind of the thing. I don't think overall that Detroit has really turned a corner. There's just too many questions. The Packers' defense is playing really well. They're playing much better than the Lions' offense is, even with Jahmyr Gibbs. So the only real threat is, again, Jahmyr Gibbs, because the Packers do struggle against the run. But this is going to be close, but ultimately, I like the Packers here. I think Green Bay is going to win this one. They won earlier in the season. I think the same thing is going to happen. So yeah, I like Green Bay.
It's the all-new Arcadia 2, the electronic target game you can play at home. Once you pick it up, you won't want to put it down. Now Arcadia 2 projects multiple targets at the same time, each with its own point value. You can play one at a time or head-to-head. And with 5 different games and 9 skill levels, you may never want to stop. Arcadia 2. Additional game cartridges and blasters sold separately from Toymax.
Play again?
Sure.
Give it to the Cowboys. Straight hand to the Giants. Coverage begins tomorrow at noon on Fox 5.
The Simpsons, weeknights at 6 and 7 p.m. on Fox 5.
Hey, want a lift? These Autobots protect you from the Predicons with their mega moves.
Shift, shake, and strike.
Let me give you a hand.
Let's get out of here. Now that's what I call mass transit.
Transformers, Robots in Disguise, weekday afternoons and Saturday mornings, 8 Eastern, 7 Central and Pacific, only on Fox Kids.
Our next matchup is Kansas City taking on Dallas, and these are definitely two teams that are living on the edge of a lightning bolt. They both made big comebacks to win their games last week, and with the Cowboys playing really well. They're definitely on an emotional streak. Pickens has been playing lights out at wide receiver. Javon Williams has been running the ball really well. The defense is playing better, but it still does need some improvement. Now, what to make of the Kansas City Chiefs this year? Right now, they're out of the playoffs. They basically need to win out. They are definitely in must-win mode. You could say the same for the Cowboys, but definitely the Chiefs at this juncture. The defense is dominant. They're playing really well. They're through the roof, but the offense is really only good in short little bursts. They don't seem to want to put up a lot of the big numbers. They run the ball well, but if that gets squashed, they will not throw the ball outside the numbers. They're dinking and dunking way too much. And like I said, though, the one thing the Chiefs have right now is they really do need to win out. They need things to go their way. They do play both the Chargers and Broncos who are ahead of them. They have a tiebreaker loss to the Jaguars, and they play the Texans next week. So if they lose one of those games, they could really be out of the playoffs. It's not a joke. So, but right now, I'd say the Chiefs' defense is definitely playing much better than the Cowboys' offense. If the Chiefs' offense could just keep things right, Kansas City should win. It's going to be close. Again, Kansas City keeps playing close games. So, I like the Chiefs here, but like I said, it's not a full endorsement. So, don't be surprised if maybe they don't win.
Dragon Ball Z, our planet is under attack by Dr. Gero with his indestructible robot-encased brain. Only the Super Saiyans can stop him. Fierce, noble Goku, powerful, unpredictable Team Trunks, fearless, volatile Vegeta, and strong, loyal Gohan fighting together with your help. Cool. The saga continues. Action figures each sold separately from Irwin Toy.
Foot action? Foot action.
The new Reebok Super 5. Get them this Saturday exclusively at Foot Action. The streak starts here.
Disgusting! Well, when it comes to cleaning up the world, these guys leave one unearthly mess! Alienators, Evolution continues, all new this morning at 11:30 Eastern, 10:30 Central and Pacific, only on Fox Kids!
Our next matchup is the primetime matchup between Cincinnati and Baltimore. The curse of Joe Burrow has struck again. It's unknown if he's actually going to be playing, but I kind of doubt it at this point. You would have heard something. Really, the Bengals should only get 2 National Showcase games next year. Anything else would be flexed. Maybe then things will start to go their way. Anyway, Cincinnati's Joe Flacco bump is well over. On the plus side, they do still run the ball really well, and their defense really stinks, though they do make a few decent plays here and there. Now, the Ravens are really starting to play better after their 2-5 start. They've won 4 in a row. They've actually retaken the lead in the AFC North. The defense is playing much better. But that being said, they've got 2 key injuries. Marlon Humphrey, I think, tweaked his ankle last week. And Aiden Isaac is possibly out for the season, I believe. And not only that, but the Ravens' offense is actually kind of struggling. It's not huge. I don't think Lamar Jackson is fully back from his hamstring injury. And Derrick Henry is really doing most of the work. That being said, the Ravens are playing much better football than the Bengals are right now, so yeah, I'm guessing the Ravens are going to blow them out here. I don't expect this to be close. Baltimore wins big time.
Fire! Electronic battleship advanced mission.
Enemy sighted.
Sonar, recon jets, and multi-targeting weapons sink opponents faster.
Target neutralized.
Yeah! We sank their battleship, sir! Electronic battleship advanced mission. Batteries not included.
Welcome, Mega Blocks 1. Constructing.
Situation critical. Prepare mission command.
Emergency evac.
Evac. Search and rescue specialist.
Earthquake. Magma.
Magma. Earth core specialist.
Mega transformation for maximum power. When disaster strikes, transforming blockbots are ready. Electronic mission command comes with all you see here. Mega Blocks, join the revolution.
They're roaring back. Jurassic Park 3 with react attack sounds. They fight and roar like never before. Spinosaurus has a bone to pick with T-Rex. Dino damage. You can look for the mark of Jurassic Park. Jurassic Park 3. Dinos sold separately.
This is the story of 2 knights, Mondo and Raka. Professor Haragi, Raka's dad, discovered a way to Mon World. He wants to bring monsters from Mon World to help unite 2 worlds. But the evil Prince Central, along with Bluko and Batch, want to use the monsters to rule the planet. Any questions? Okay, ask the chicken.
Huh?
Yes, we actually do have a chicken. Make way for... Yeah! Sorry. All new today at 11 Eastern, 10 Central and Pacific on Fox Kids.
Our final matchup is the Black Friday contest between Chicago and Philadelphia, and Amazon has really got to be thanking their lucky stars that the season broke the way it has. The Chicago Bears are on a roll. They've won 5 in a row. They lead the NFC North. They're running the ball really well, which is helping to take a lot of the pressure off of Caleb Williams' shoulders. The defense has also stepped up in a big way. That being said, I do think they still struggle at times. Again, you saw them struggle against the Steelers, who are admittedly a pretty good team, but still, you saw they give up some big plays from time to time that come back to bite them. Now, the Eagles are starting to get really banged up, and this is starting to be a replay of 2023. Remember when they started, 10-1? They looked like the best team in the league, and then next thing you know, they lost like 6 of their last 7, and they were out of the playoffs. I mean, they were bounced out of the playoffs by Tampa Bay. They're not running the ball well. I think they're throwing it way too much. I don't think that was the complaint A.J. Brown was having, was that he wasn't getting the ball that much, is that the offense wasn't running as well as it did, and it's still not running that well. This obviously led to them to having trouble protecting leads. Look what happened against Dallas. They're throwing the ball when they really should have been running it, and then they're turning it over to boot. If there's any bright spots, that the defense is playing well, but it could get overworked. Again, look what happened to Dallas. That being said, I do like the Bears, but I do think the Eagles are still a better team. This could be close, but ultimately, again, I think Philadelphia will pull away in the second half and win this. So, again, Amazon will be very pleased to do some decent numbers on Black Friday here. But other than that, yeah, the Eagles are probably going to win. Okay, we'll come back after the break and wrap things up.
Once I have the power of the sun, down here, you fool. Higher. Lower. Ugh.
No way he'll ever get the power of the sun, but you can with new Sunny D Caribbean style. The power of the Caribbean sun in a blast of 5 tropical fruit flavors.
Get me down.
But don't stop there.
It wasn't in my contract.
Because you and your friends could win a trip to the real Caribbean. You can go to sunnyd.com to find out how. Many will enter, only 2 will win.
Unleash the power of the sun.
New Caribbean style.
Get me down.
Caution. Monsters in training.
Fight that block. Scary monsters don't have block.
Warning.
Bill!
Kid on the loose.
pity!
I have a plan.
I lied.
From the creators of Toy Story. Monsters Incorporated.
I have to...
Rated G. Now playing. Oh.
NFL Under the Helmet, Saturdays at noon Eastern on Fox. Check local listings.
Optimus Prime, my Predicons will crush you into scrap metal.
Skyfight! Attack!
Take on the Autobots and you'll be the one crushed, Megatron.
Sideburn! X-Ron! Go!
Transformers, more than meets the eye. Transformers, robots in disguise.
Transformers. Each sold separately. Actual transformation time will vary.
Okay, so to wrap things up, I like Georgia over Georgia Tech, Indiana over Purdue, Oklahoma over LSU, and Ohio State over Michigan. Then on the NFL side, I like Green Bay over Detroit, Kansas City over Dallas, Baltimore over Cincinnati, and Philadelphia over Chicago. Okay, so yeah, it's pretty much football videos from here for the rest of the year. There's going to be 2 videos next week. We're going to have a separate video covering the College Football Conference Championship lineup. I've pretty much already said more than enough about that right now, so we'll cover that when we get there. And of course, we'll be covering the NFL lineup, and those NFL games are Denver versus Las Vegas, Indianapolis versus Jacksonville, the LA Rams versus Arizona, and Miami versus the New York Jets. And then next week, again, there's only one major college game of note, which is Army-Navy, and then we're going to be covering Cleveland versus Chicago, LA Chargers versus Kansas City, Washington versus the New York Giants, the LA Rams versus Detroit. Actually, that's Detroit versus the LA Rams. That should be in LA. I wrote it backwards, sorry. And Indianapolis versus Seattle rounds things out. So, yeah, those are the next 2-week lineups of games. Okay, so, yeah, like I said, hopefully everyone has a safe and happy holiday. Again, it's football videos from pretty much the rest of the year. We'll get to work on that random trade review for the Authority Relentless probably somewhere around Christmas. But yeah, it'll be up soon. Don't worry. It'll be up pretty much right at the turn of the year. I'm aiming for January 5th. I can't think of anything else to say right now. So see you all next time. Hey guys, remember that you can support my work at patreon.com/sleepytime for Cat Productions, or just click the link in the description. Also, remember to like, comment, share, subscribe, and ring that notification bell so that you can be made aware of further videos.